A few years ago when I was 16 to 18, I really struggled with brain fog, and I would feel this weird type of fatigue and tiredness. I would feel it almost every day, even if I had a good sleep. It would affect me so much I would procrastinate and be lazy. Sometimes it would be when I would wake up, or sometimes it would just be in the middle of the day, just randomly just come upon me. I couldn't do anything I wanted to do. I could barely even focus. I couldn't read. It would just affect me so much to the point where I couldn't do the things that I needed to do. Well, I could, but yeah, see, I start doing this now. It felt like I couldn't. It felt like I couldn't do what I needed to do. It made it so much harder, almost. I started watching videos and educating myself on why I feel this way, what to do about this feeling, and why, like I just said. And also how to change. And then I started to take action, doing those things that I learned. And I really did see a change. Sometimes I still go back into that because I make the mistakes that I've made times before. But now when you're educated on why you feel this way, what gives this reaction, then that's the best thing you can ask for. And you can know what to change because you're in control. You're in control of what you do, of what is going to make you feel a certain way. So, yeah, the first point I would like to bring is exercise. If you're not exercising, I do not know what you're doing. I really don't. You're going to have mental clarity. You're going to feel on fire. You're going to feel energy. Even though you're hurting your body, you're breaking it down, you're beating it up. You're going to feel this energy that you didn't have when you wasn't. I feel completely different. When I didn't, I've always been someone to work out, but I kind of got very inconsistent. And when you're inconsistent and when you're just not training really at all, you're going to feel just this, it's almost weakness. It's like a weird feeling where you feel, you don't feel on fire. Like when you train, after that you have this fire inside of you, like your body just feels pumped. Like the dopamine is just popping off and you just feel amazing. You let off endorphins in your brain and all that. So exercise is so important for your energy. You're gonna feel, once you get consistently training, obviously when you first start, it's gonna take a toll on you, and you shouldn't take it to the point where you're not gonna go again. You hit yourself with that much of work in your workout. So just take it easy for first getting into it, and just progressive overload everything. Your time you spend in the gym, the time you spend doing the exercises, how many sets you do, how many reps you do, the weights. Just keep slowly pushing. You don't have to start, you don't have to be full of your ego and just go straight to the big boy stuff. No, take it easy. Train hard, but not to the point where you're not going to be coming back for a few weeks, especially when you first start, because consistency is what's going to build that habit. Consistency is what's going to make you stick to it as a lifelong commitment, and that's what you want. You don't just want to go there once a bloody month and just go all out. No, you're not going to see any progress. You're not even going to feel good in your head. So, yeah. And there's something about just picking up heavy stuff as a man. You just feel like you're living. You just feel like you're doing what you're made to do. You're doing what is good for you, what fills you, even though it hurts, even though the pain after, you've got to let it recover. You feel the pain. That's good. It's going to build stronger. You're going to be able to endure more. You're going to be able to push yourself through so much more. Yeah. I wouldn't feel this type of fatigue and this willingness to escape. I wanted to escape from my life. I wanted to escape from this tiredness that I felt. I wanted to escape from it because it made me anxious. It made me almost sad because I knew that I hadn't done what I needed to do, or I knew that I was doing something wrong and it would just no good for their brain. Cognitive dissonance, and that's no way to live. I've lived that. But hydration will also really improve your brain fog. I mean, that is one of the main things actually that it will take away. And the third point I want to bring up is your diet. So in the first thing in the morning, I read God's word. Then after that, I get up. Today I've got washed and stuff, so I'm ready to make a video. But if I'm just scripting, if I'm just editing, if I'm writing something for something, then I will just not even do that. But anyway, I'll get straight to it. I won't eat any food at all, especially carbs. For that work session I do a deep work session for an hour or half an hour, depending on what I need to do, what time I have in the morning. I'm talking about in the morning. And yeah, don't eat any food. I mean, your focus will just be like flash, and your alertness, you're just on the ball completely. You're on the ball, and you will have to get used to it when you first don't do it. If you're used to having breakfast, shoving your mouth full of sugary cereal filled with preservatives and chemicals that you don't even know the name of, come on. And then eating toast with Nutella and all that stuff, I used to love that. I had to change because it was just not good, first of all, for your body. And it's crazy because when I was young, I really didn't feel a thing. Like, I was so active every day, running around, being crazy, playing football, just running around. Everything I'll do, I'll be running around. Everything I do. And it doesn't affect you then when you're eating that crap. But even when you become a teenager, you start to feel what you're eating is bad for you. You feel this fatigue, you feel this. It's like you can get depressed by what you eat. You can. It will affect you that much. It will make you feel tired. It will make you feel slow. It will make you feel like you can't do what you need to do because you're eating crap. So I just say, before you work, no food. And if you do need to work, depending on what work you're doing, obviously if you've got to wake up at 6 in the morning and go to a job, then you've got to shove something down quick. Make sure that's good, healthy food. High protein, high fats, the minerals. Put some healthy carbs in there. Get yourself some fruit in there, some avocado, some onions. Get some good stuff in your breakfast if you need to eat, because you've got a day where you need the energy. Because food does give you energy, depending on what food you're eating and also what you need to do. Because if you have no other choice, then you need to eat, otherwise you're going to be starving, and that will affect you, especially if you're doing a physical job. Yeah, and sometimes even still to this day, even though right now I'm telling you this, I still do it. Like, what I usually have in the morning is beef, cheese and avocado. That's what I usually have. Or sometimes I'll be, I'll cheat and I'll try and eat. I'll eat a wrap, or I'll eat granola, something like that. If you eat that, I've done that, and I feel like I'm more likely to get distracted. My tummy's trying to digest the food, and that takes a lot of energy. So you're gonna put that energy, your body's just gonna naturally not put in as much effort because it's putting energy into digesting that food, and carbs take a while to digest. And also, if you eat, you'll be taken out of the hungry state, and the hungry state is where you work the hardest because you're hungry. You know that you need. And if you set yourself the goal of, I'm not going to eat until I do this work, you're going to do it, and you're going to do it as well as you can. And you're also going to just be fired up because you're doing it with the intention of eating. And when you're in that hungry state, you're just more, as I've said, fired up. So yeah. Also, with the food you eat, it can really affect your ability to think. So if your work requires a lot of thinking, for example, what I want to do, which is what I'm doing right now, YouTube videos, content creation, entrepreneurship, you need to think. And if your brain is not able to think because you're filling it with not good food, which affects your ability to think, then it's not going to go well. So that's another reason why to fast, because your brain, I can feel it right now. I haven't eaten. I just feel more vigilant. I feel more aware of my thoughts. I feel more energy. And when you just wake up as well, just get in a flow state, that's another thing as well, but that's a talk for another day. My last point is about sleep and how it needs to be our priority. You need to make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. That's what I would say. Make sure that before you go to sleep, you're giving yourself time off your phone, no blue lights or LED lights on in your room, just a chill light. Like, this is what I have. I've got this really good orange light. Let me put it on now. This is what I have. This is what I go to sleep with. I don't go to sleep with it, I leave it. I put it on at like 10 o'clock and I'll be going to bed at like 12, 1, get up at 8:30. And yeah, this is what I do. And it's really good. You don't feel, because when you know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you go to the bathroom to go to the toilet and you turn on a light and you just feel like that is what it's doing to your brain when you're constantly with that light after sunrise, because your circadian rhythm will start to settle. You'll get into a sleepy state because the sun is setting in the evening, and then also it's dark outside as well. And that's why we need to turn off LED lights, because it almost acts, your brain doesn't know that that's just a light. It's not the actual time of day. So when you look at that light and you're exposed to those lights, it's going to wake you up. It's going to make you feel it's not night yet, and it's going to affect your sleep. You're not going to be able to get in that deep REM sleep. You're not going to be able to get that sleep where you recover your muscles, you recover your brain. You won't learn well, because a lot of learning happens when in your sleep. Like, you will, I don't know the scientific words for this, is bro science, but it will almost just, you will remember what you've learned better when you have a good sleep. So say, for example, yesterday I read a book about, I read the Bible and I read about Moses, which I did yesterday, and then I had a good sleep. I'm more likely to remember it because it's going to have almost downloaded itself onto my brain. I can't remember the word for it, but there's a word for it. But anyway, yeah, what am I doing? Turn on the light. Yeah, and also the majority of people actually living sleep-deprived lives, like I have been. Well, I have in the past. I'm saying, and even to this day sometimes when I don't prioritize my sleep, because it's so important. Honestly, it affects you so much. It affects your productivity. It affects just everything. Everything. So prioritize your sleep. Yeah, and also don't just go to bed 8 hours before you wake up. Make sure you have like half an hour. If you want to be extreme, you can go even longer than that. But make sure you've got a bit of time, just downtime, just to get into that state. Get into that state of just so you're ready to go to sleep. Get in that restful state. Yeah, don't be like overstimulating your mind, scrolling on your phone, watching videos, playing video games, doing whatever, and then jump straight in bed and go to sleep. No, give yourself some downtime so your brain can shut off almost, and just, it will help you. It will help you sleep. And when you do all these things, you'll wake up. You won't wake up every day feeling like this, but you will wake up ready to conquer your day. You will wake up you will see a massive difference, especially if you've been indulging in the bad habits and you've been All it takes is one step, man. All it takes is one step. All you need to do is just implement one of these things I've told you just today. Just try drink more water today. And then if you can, when you get home, realise, all right, before I go to bed, I'm not going to flood my brain with activities that cause my brain to get high and release so much dopamine that I can't even get to sleep, can't even rest. Just try and implement one of these things today. That is my message to you, and that is what I want you to do for yourself, for your family, for your future family.